We start with one of our charges. I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to my last analysis, I mentioned if we get any drop with the breakout of the previous low, any reversal, we will take the trade for buy, and this is what we get. And we mentioned we want to see whether the price can break 144.4 or not. Even there was a breakout, but when we see this kind of the correction, this is where we have to start to manage the trade. Okay, now we want to see what's the next, and we don't need this line anymore. And in this case, we move to daily chart. All right. If we move to daily chart, that means still we are within this correction. And how we can look at the chart with the, I mean, because we mentioned we're looking at this one, the best things is if the price can retest the previous, the lowest price. Because as we can see, the price broke 142. What the next level we can look for is 118. Okay, because the best thing is at least the price drop to somewhere around 118. Then from there we see whether there is a reversal or continuation. Okay, there is no much changes. The only thing is this correction turned to more complex correction. Now I want to see how we can get the trade within the correction. For sure, we are more interested to look for buy and as a long term. Now, how we can look at this chart? All right, whether we want to consider this one as a flat, and this one as a first, and this is as a last. If this one turned to, we look at the chart in this way, with the, I mean, we can expect the price to drop even to 95. But for me, right in this stage, I'm looking at the chart differently. I'm thinking to put this one as a flat, as a first correction, and the third. All right. No, I'm looking at this one as a correction. That means we're looking at this one as a correction relative to this. Okay. We're looking at the chart in this way. And if at this stage, if we put this one as a first, 1, 2, 3, the way we can look at this is as a contracting flat. And then May, this is the one is going to break 118 at least. All right. This is the bigger picture. We can look for this. But if the for this is, I mean, if we want to look at the chart in this way, we need to see the break continuation and price retest the previous low. But how about if the price tagged this one and couldn't break this low and we see the reversal? At that times, we look at this one as a 1, 2, 3. We want to see how we can look at the chart. Then this internally, we need to see whether it's a contracting or regular. What's the difference? If the price doesn't break the previous low, we consider as a contracting. But if there is a breakout or tag the previous low, we consider as a regular. All right. But what I'm thinking is still we can expect this one turn to more complex correction. I don't think this is the only correction. All right. That means if there is a continuation, this is the only correction, is good for us. Then any reversal from there, we will take the trade for buy. But we need to know that still we can expect this one, even retest the lowest price of this one, we get one move up as a 1, 2, 3, turn to more complex before we get the next down move. I think mostly we will get this one. That means can turn to more complex correction. We will be within this correction for a longer time. Anyway, it depends on the overall market. All right. And why we want to see the price retest 118, mostly we can look for the divergence. I say mostly, not 100%. Okay. And if I move to forward chart, we are within the correction. Any trade is a short term. And the way we can look at the chart right now, if there is a continuation as a corrective way, for me, I just let it go. And right now, I will look at this one as a first, and I will look at this one in this way. And even I can expect the price retest 124. But what I do, any reversal, I will take it. That means this is the way I'm looking for the chart as a 1, 2, 3 as an internal correction. In relative to this, I want to see one move up. In the bigger picture, this is what we can look for. This is what I'm looking for. And for sure is a short term. Isn't this? I don't think this is the start of the up move. Mostly is a short term. Okay. Then any reversal from here, I will take it. The only thing is the best thing is if the price can at least tag 124.8, because in terms of the risk and reward, it can give me better trade setup. The reason is if we get any reversal from here, the stop loss at least need to be around 124.8 or 0.7. But if this one drop and retest, we don't see the breakout, any reversal from there, we need to risk less. The reward is more. All right. Anyway, It depends on the traders. We don't see any trade setup right now. And as I mentioned, if I move to forward chart, the best in the, if you want to look for long term, the best things is either the price drop from here, at least retest 118, or even we get one move up before we get the next down move. And if the price start to drop from here, I just let it go, unless I see the deeper correction that can give me confirmation for sell. But right now at this times, I'm looking at this flat as in relative to this 1, 2. This is what I'm looking for. And if the price retests this top, which is somewhere around 152, because we will have an update. This is approximately what we talking. If we get the price couldn't break and sell from there, I will take it. If I want to look for sell, this is where I will sell it. Then from there, we look for the long term. The only question is whether this is the one is going to retest the previous low, or we getting one move up before we get the next down move, before we get a reversal. Which option we cannot confirm. But if I get any opportunity to look for buy, this is what I'm looking for. But if the price continue, mostly I won't sell it unless I see different trade setup or any things can give me confirmation for one more drop. All right. The reason is even if we get a deeper correction here, if you want to look for sell, our stop loss should be somewhere around 152. And our first target is 124. This is what we get, and this is what we risk. Whether we should look for this star, it depends on the traders, but I'm not looking for this kind of the trade. Anyway, for me, at this times, I will consider this one as a flat. And if I get any reversal, any trade for buy within this one as a short term, I will take it. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or if I see any trade setup, I will give update following by the targets. Thanks.